Gladys, can you hear me? Or can anybody hear me?
Hello.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. I can hear you, teacher, now.
Okay, sawa. This is who?
Yes. Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas. Oh, sawa. That's fine.
Yes.
I think then the others can be able to hear me. So I think I have, let me admit these two. Who is watching news? Leah, maybe somebody can mute. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, so I hope now all of us can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, Evans, there's some noise from your area. Evans, maybe you can try to mute. Huh?
I'm okay now.
Okay, good. Maybe Evans, try to mute.
I've done it.
Evans, mute your microphone.
Can you mute on my side? Is mute at your side?
Yes, everything.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I think I want us to continue. And I had sent you some notes. I'm sure all of us have received some notes that I was able to, to share with you today.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically I want us to go straight into reports. Yeah, the reason why the reason why I want us to share as much is because also the exam you'll be doing tomorrow. Yeah, part of this will come from this. So that's why it is important for me to share, because I don't want us to say that we never got to learn and yet this has come into the exam. So please, it's important for me to be able to wind up on this. And I also shared some notes. So please make an effort of reading all the notes, yeah? So I want us to go straight into reports, yeah? And I might not be able to use the notes that I sent you, yeah, because I also have another set of notes, but I'll be able to just run through a summary of what a report is, yeah? So basically, we define a report as a document or so maybe can somebody mute? Nicholas, maybe you can, somebody up or something, maybe you can try and mute so that we can all continue. Yeah, so basically I'm saying that I've shared with you some notes on minutes, on reports and interviews, and probably what I have said on the exam revolve around the same topics that I want to talk about today. So this person called Oppo something. Can you mute your microphone? Okay, that Oppo CPH 2375, please mute your microphone. Okay, who is using Oppo? Can you mute your microphone because I can't start while you're still on. Thank you. So I want us to go straight into defining what a report is. And I say that a report basically refers to a document. Yeah, it gives details of an account of something that has been witnessed, yeah, or something that has happened. So a report is normally reported in past tense because of it is a document, it is something you're trying to give an account of something that has already occurred. And this is a very common thing, and especially for some of us who work, many a times when we get an opportunity to be able to be requested, yeah, maybe your boss can ask you to give a report. Yeah, so when they ask you to give a report, they're basically trying to tell us about an incident of something that has happened before. So a report is a document that gives a detail of an account of something witnessed, done, or examined, or an investigation. Yeah, so when you hear about a report, put it in your mind that this could be an investigation. You could be asked to investigate about a certain incident that had happened. So we have got different types of reports. Now, these reports now vary, and they vary according to the organization that we work in. So we've got what we call the routine, yeah, routine reports. Anita, are you saying you can't hear? Okay. I hope everybody else can hear. Evans, can you hear? Just nod if you can hear, Evans, because I can see you. Just nod your head. Can you hear?
Right. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, sawa. Then maybe, I don't know what's up with Anita. Oh, thank you, Anita. She can hear, so I think I'll continue. So we are trying to define what a report is, and now we are trying to talk about the different types of reports that we have in our organization. But I've said these reports will vary according to the organization that we work in. So we have got what we call the routine reports. Routine report means what? These are reports that are required, yeah, as a nature, as a requirement for the certain jobs that we do. For example, if you work in an institution, there are times that you could be asked to give a report about maybe the enrollment, yeah. You could also be asked to give a report on students who have not paid fees. Yeah, so now those kind of reports are routine. Routine means what? The nature of the job that you do requires you to submit those reports. We also have got now reports that have been requested. Yeah, requested means what? There are times you could be asked to give a report. Yeah, so when you're asked to give a report, those kind of reports are called the solicited reports. Then there are times, I've said, when as a nature of the job that you do, it is a requirement for you to submit a report. So in those circumstances, these are reports that have not been asked for. We also have got reports that are normally given annually. Yeah, annually perhaps could mean maybe at the end of the year, depending with when your financial year ends. Like I'm sure maybe most of us have been able to see, and especially banks, yeah, at the end of the year, they normally give a report and they normally publicize it in the newspaper. So they give an account of how much money they made, Yeah, they also give an account of how much they lost, because, you know, sometimes they don't have to make profits. So they give an account in terms of a report of how that year has been. Then we have got the ordinary report. Now, this ordinary report maybe are submitted maybe after every 2 weeks, yeah, or maybe after every 1 month. But now this, as I've said earlier, depends with the organization that we work with. Then, of course, lastly, we have got special reports. Now, special reports are requested, yeah, to investigate about an inquiry, yeah, to investigate about an inquiry. And an example of a special report is what we saw during the BBI, yeah, the Building Bridges Initiative, where there was a committee that was involved, collected data from Kenya, from Kenyans, yeah, seeking their opinion on what they felt about that BBI. Yeah, so that kind of a report, yeah, is called a special report. So therefore, this brings us to the question, why is it then important, yeah? Or what is the purposes of reports? Why do we find ourselves being asked to give a report? So in most cases, we say reports are normally submitted for purposes of assessing certain problems. Yeah, they help us to assess certain management problems. Yeah, I don't know whose phone is on. Maybe you can be able to mute. Yeah, also when we talk about reports, we say reports are used for purposes of enabling the management to be able to make decisions. Remember, you're trying to give an account of an incident that happened. So when you've given this account, the management also has got a responsibility to be able to make a decision based on the report that you gave. And thirdly, we say that reports are also used for purposes of introduction, or when a company or an organization is trying to introduce a new product in the market. So they can carry out a report, and from this report, they are able to gauge, will it be viable? Will it be possible for them to bring into the market the new product that they are planning to be? So we've got different reasons why reports are written. And lastly, we say report helps in problem solving. Why are we saying this? Because sometimes you could be asked to write a report with an intention of solving a persistent problem. Yeah, perhaps maybe you could be having a certain problem. For example, maybe in our school, we can say there are times when maybe you could, maybe let's assume, I'm just giving an example, maybe students have been losing their phones, or they have been losing their personal effects. Okay, so in this circumstance, maybe the class representative could be asked to investigate, yeah, because maybe the class representative came and said that, you know, I've received complaints from students who are saying that they are losing their personal effects. So this class rep perhaps would raise this issue with the management, or maybe the academic director, and from there, the academic director would ask the class representative to find out. Yeah, find out means what? Trying to investigate what could be the problem why students are losing their personal effects. So what am I trying to say? As a result of this investigation, whatever will come up, whatever conclusion will come up, will help the management to be able to resolve that issue, perhaps even for once, it might not be able to occur again. So what am I trying to say is that reports can be used to resolve problems, resolve problems that have been occurring in a particular organization. Okay, then maybe from that part, I will go now to that part that says, why, or qualities, because it is important for us to know, the qualities of a good report. When we talk about the qualities of a good report, what should come into your mind? I remember I shared with you the notes on the principles of communication. Now, I said the principle of communication, the 6 C's, those 6 C's are normally very helpful when we are writing, when you're writing reports, when you're writing memos, when you're writing letters, when you're writing minutes. So these the principles are normally applicable when we are writing. So some of the qualities of a good report revolve around the 6 principles. And perhaps some of those principles are, we say one quality of a good report is that it should be complete. Complete means what? It is important for you to provide all the information that has been asked for. For example, if you're trying to carry out an investigation, it is important for you to ensure that this investigation that you're carrying out has got all the information that is required. You don't give half-baked information. Instead, you give complete information. Okay? And even as you give this complete information, ensure that the report is accurate. Remember, this report might be used to resolve a particular problem. Therefore, if it is not complete, let me add somebody. So if this report is not complete, it means it might not be useful when making certain decisions. Another quality of a good report is that we say it should be clear, clarity. Clarity in terms of how you arrange your facts. Remember, a report is a very important document. We've said one of its major purpose is to enable the organization to make decisions. Therefore, when you write a report, it is important for you to ensure that you arrange your facts in a sensible manner. Another principle that is useful when you're writing a report is the principle of conciseness. Now, when we talk about conciseness, we are saying that a report should have the exact purpose. You should be able to know, what is it that you're trying to find out? There's a reason for you to write this report. And therefore, when you're writing a report, ensure that you capture the purpose of making this report. Also, we say that a report should be free from typos. Typos means, grammatical errors. You also need to use the numbering should be consistent, etc. And lastly, we say that a report must also be relevant. Relevant means what? When you're asked to investigate about a certain issue, you should not leave that scope. It should be within the mandate that you have been given. For example, if you are to ask the class rep to carry out a research on why, or a report on why students have been losing their personal effects, the class rep should dwell on that, and they should not investigate about something else apart from what has been requested. Yeah, so those are the few qualities of a good report. And now we shall go into the parts, yeah, parts of a report. Just like when we said, when we were doing letters, we said that a letter must have a letterhead, it should have a ref, it should have a date, it should have the receiver's address, it should have the salutation, yeah, the subject, the body, and the complementary clause. Now, those are the features of a letter. The same case also applies to a report. Yeah, so when you're writing a report, it is important for you to consider certain features. These features are mandatory when you are writing a report. Now, the first thing that you need to put into mind when you're writing a report is that a report must always have a title. Yeah, title means what? For example, if you're being asked to write a report on a particular issue, yeah, that issue becomes the subject. Subject in what sense? It becomes the title of the report that you're planning to write. So for example, I've given you an example of the class rep being asked to write a report, maybe why students are losing their phones, or they are losing their personal effect. So you need to come up with a good title. So for example, we can give a title to that report. So maybe can somebody give me a title, a title on that, maybe for example, if why students are losing their personal items. So what would be the report be about? And remember, the word report on, yeah, the title must always begin with the word report on. So I want you to unmute, and when you unmute, I want you to tell me, yeah, based on that example, yeah, so how can you give a title of that report? So maybe you can unmute. And remember, it should always begin with the word report on. And this report on must be in capital. The title must be in capital letters. So maybe can somebody tell us what will give that kind of an investigation on why students are losing their personal items?
Yes.
Yes, Mabior?
Okay, let me try.
Yes.
So you can begin your title as like a report on the issue of students losing their personal items.
Okay, that's a very good attempt. Good. Yes, Anita? Or any other person who can tell us just an example. Gladys?